Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the noise around you, drowning out your thoughts, your dreams, your true potential? What if the answer to everything you've been searching for, the key to unlocking your deepest ambitions, lies in something most people ignore every day? What if it's silence? In a world that's constantly buzzing with distractions, social media, constant news, the demands of life, it's easy to lose touch with the one thing that could truly transform your life, your own thoughts. But here's the truth. The most successful people, the ones who achieve the unimaginable, they know this secret. They've discovered the power of silence. And today, you're about to uncover why silence is not only essential to your success, but could be the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. Every day, we're bombarded by a never-ending stream of noise. External noise, internal noise, the noise of doubt, fear, and distraction. It feels like there's always something else demanding our attention, pulling us away from what really matters. But what if I told you that the most powerful moments in your life don't come from all the chaos? What if success doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally? The truth is, silence is where transformation happens. It's in silence that your mind can finally settle, that your thoughts can organize themselves, and that your true potential can be realized. Imagine being able to step away from the noise, even just for a few moments, and hear your own thoughts clearly. In those quiet moments, you'll find clarity. You'll discover answers to questions you've been struggling with, and you'll be able to connect with your purpose in ways you never thought possible. Silence isn't an absence, it's a presence that holds the power to reveal your next step, to ignite your creativity, and to guide you toward the life you've always wanted. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but how do I find this silence? How can I make time for something that seems so rare in my world? The answer is simple, though not always easy. You must choose it. You must prioritize it. Silence won't just show up on its own. It's something you must create. Whether it's 5 minutes before you start your day, or a moment of stillness before making a decision, silence is there, waiting for you to embrace it. And when you do, something incredible happens. You reconnect with your true self. You tap into a power you didn't even know you had, and you realize that the answers to your questions were never out there. They were always inside you. Success isn't just about hard work or hustle. It's about knowing when to pause, when to listen, and when to trust the quiet voice within. By the end of this video, you'll understand why silence is the ultimate weapon of the successful. You'll see how, by embracing this powerful tool, you can cut through the noise, find clarity, and create the life you've always dreamed of. So, stick with me, because the silence you've been avoiding might just be the one thing that finally sets you free. You've felt it before. The tug of uncertainty, the pressure of 1,000 thoughts racing through your mind, all fighting for attention. It's overwhelming. It clouds your vision and makes it hard to focus on what truly matters. You've probably tried to push through, ignoring the noise, hoping that if you just work harder, hustle more, it will eventually clear up. But here's the harsh truth, it won't. The more you try to force it, the more scattered you become. And the more scattered you are, the harder it is to find the clarity you need to move forward. It's a cycle that holds you back, trapping you in a never-ending loop of stress, confusion, and frustration. Now imagine a different approach. Imagine a world where you could quiet the noise and hear yourself again. Not the voices of doubt, not the endless tasks that await you, but your inner voice, the one that knows exactly what you need, what you want, and how to get there. This is where silence comes in. Silence is not simply the absence of noise. It's the tool that lets you cut through the chaos and connect with the truth that lies deep within. It's in those moments of quiet that you can finally listen to what your heart and mind are telling you. And this is the moment when everything shifts. When you allow yourself to sit in silence, you begin to tap into something deeper than your immediate circumstances, a space where true clarity, confidence, and direction are born. Think about the last time you felt completely at peace with yourself. Maybe it was during a quiet walk, or when you were alone with your thoughts, without distractions. How did it feel to finally take a step back and simply be? That sense of calm is not an accident. It's the result of quieting the noise long enough to reconnect with what's real, what's important. In silence, you reconnect with your true intentions, your values, and the vision you hold for your life. You can't access this clarity by constantly pushing forward, by always being busy. You access it by being still, by making space for your inner world to speak louder than the external one. The power of silence is that it gives you the space to choose, to decide what you truly want without the pressure of outside opinions or distractions clouding your judgment. It lets you reflect on your path, consider where you're going, and whether it's aligned with your deepest aspirations. Most people never take the time to do this. They live reactively, pulled along by the currents of external demands, never stopping long enough to ask if they're on the right course. But silence gives you the chance to step out of the current, to float above the noise, and to see the whole picture. This is where success starts, not in the frantic doing, but in the calm thinking that leads to deliberate, purposeful action. And when you embrace silence, something extraordinary happens. You stop chasing after every distraction, every new idea that promises instant results. Instead, you start making decisions based on what you truly believe, not what the world says you should do. You become grounded, focused, and confident in your ability to create the life you want. It's in these moments of silence that you find the power to move forward with intention, knowing exactly where you're going and why. The noise may never fully disappear, but you'll have the strength to navigate it with clarity, conviction, and a sense of purpose that others can't touch. This is the power of silence. It doesn't just stop the noise, it gives you the strength to rise above it. And when you do, you'll discover that the success you've been searching for was always inside you, waiting to be unleashed. There's a power in silence that most people never fully understand. It's not just about taking a break or having a moment of peace. It's about accessing a deep reservoir of strength that resides within you, waiting to be unlocked. The world may tell you that success comes from constant action, relentless work, and the never-ending hustle. But true power doesn't come from noise and busyness. It comes from stillness. When you embrace silence, you open yourself to a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are truly capable of. This is where your inner strength lives, not in the external world of distractions, but within your own mind and heart. Think about the times when you've been able to pause and reflect. In those quiet moments, have you ever noticed how everything seems to slow down? The rush of the world fades away, and you're left with a clarity that's hard to find when you're caught up in the chaos. Silence isn't a void. It's a space of creation. It's in silence that your thoughts align, that you gain the strength to confront challenges, and that you build the courage to move forward despite your fears. Silence gives you a sense of control, a deep-rooted knowing that no matter what happens around you, you can remain calm, composed, and focused on the path ahead. When you step into silence, you're stepping into your true self. You no longer have to drown out the noise of the world because you become grounded in who you are. You stop letting the outside world dictate your next move, and instead, you listen to the whispers of your inner wisdom. It's in these moments of stillness that you begin to hear the truth about yourself and your potential. You realize that success doesn't come from fitting into the noise of society. It comes from standing firm in your own silence and listening to your inner voice. As you embrace silence, you also embrace emotional control. Life will always throw challenges your way, and it's easy to get swept up in the emotions of the moment. But when you are still, you gain the power to see beyond your initial reactions. You can observe your feelings without being consumed by them. This is where emotional mastery begins. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring them. It's about understanding them. Silence gives you the space to process, to step back, and to choose your response thoughtfully. This is a skill that separates those who succeed from those who fall into the trap of impulsive decisions. When you can control your emotions, you unlock the ability to navigate any situation with grace and strength. The beauty of silence is that it helps you build a sense of confidence that no external validation can provide. You stop searching for approval or reassurance from others because you have already found it within yourself. This self-assurance becomes your guiding light, the foundation upon which you can build anything. With each moment of silence, you grow more certain of your path, more in tune with your inner power, and more capable of creating the success you've always desired. The world may try to tell you that success is loud and busy, but you know the truth. Silence is where the greatest transformations happen. And when you learn to harness that silence, nothing can stop you from achieving what you were always meant to do. In the midst of silence, something incredible happens. The chaos around you fades into the background, and suddenly you can hear your own thoughts clearly. It's not just the absence of noise, it's the presence of truth, clarity, and purpose. In silence, the clutter of your mind begins to settle, and you start to see the world and yourself in a way that you couldn't before. The distractions no longer have the power to pull you away from your goals, your vision, or your true potential. You begin to understand that all along, you've had the answers you've been searching for. The only thing standing in your way was the noise, the constant pressure to do more, be more, achieve more without ever stopping to reflect. In these quiet moments, you discover something profound. Success doesn't require you to chase after every new opportunity or compete with every person who crosses your path. It requires you to slow down, to listen, and to trust your own instincts. When you embrace silence, you're not stepping away from the world. You're stepping into a deeper connection with yourself. It's in silence that you find the courage to trust your own inner wisdom, to believe that you already have everything you need to succeed. The world may be loud and relentless, but in silence, you become the calm in the storm. You become the one who sees clearly when everyone else is lost in the noise. When you begin to value silence, you start to notice how much unnecessary noise has been consuming your energy. The thoughts that hold you back, the doubts that cloud your judgment, the outside voices telling you what you should do, all of these fade away in the presence of silence. And as they fade, what remains is a clear vision of your path forward. This is where true growth begins. It's in these moments that you decide to stop letting external forces dictate your every move. You choose to listen to your own voice, to follow your own direction, and to take control of your future. In silence, you also discover the power of presence. It's easy to become caught up in the past or the future, worrying about what you did wrong or what you still have to achieve. But in silence, you are forced to be fully present, fully aware of the moment you're in right now. This is where true power lies. When you can be present in your own life, you stop living on autopilot. You stop reacting to everything around you and begin to act with purpose and intention. Every decision, every step forward becomes a conscious choice that moves you closer to your goals. And as you become more present, you realize that success isn't a destination. It's the sum of the small, deliberate actions you take each day. The magic of silence is that it gives you the space to evolve, to grow without the constant noise that pushes you in 1,000 directions. You become stronger, more focused, more aligned with your true self. With every moment of silence you embrace, you create a stronger foundation for your success, built not on the fleeting whims of the outside world, but on the steady, unwavering strength that comes from within. And as you continue to tap into this power, you'll find that nothing can stand in your way. Not the noise of the world, not the doubts in your mind, and not the fears that once held you back. In silence, you become unstoppable. When you begin to embrace silence, you start to understand something vital. It's not the world outside of you that holds the key to your success. It's what's within. The external noise, the demands, and the expectations can easily cloud your judgment, but silence strips all that away, allowing you to reconnect with your true self. It's in the stillness that you gain a deeper understanding of your strengths, your desires, and the vision that has always been buried beneath the surface of your daily grind. Silence is not merely a break from the noise, it's an invitation to align with your innermost potential. When you allow yourself to sit in this stillness, you no longer search for validation from others. You no longer question if you're good enough or if you're on the right path. You begin to trust yourself fully, knowing that the answers you seek are already inside you, waiting to be acknowledged. It's incredible how much clarity you gain when you stop listening to the constant noise of the world. The distractions fade, and the vision of your future becomes sharper, more defined. In silence, there's no need for external approval or validation. You discover that the greatest source of power is not outside of you, but within. The questions that once felt overwhelming, the doubts that once clouded your vision, start to dissolve. Silence doesn't just quiet the noise, it gives you the space to listen to your intuition, to access the deep wisdom that lies in your heart. This wisdom guides you with precision, steering you toward the success that aligns with your true self. When you spend time in silence, you begin to experience a profound shift in your mindset. The constant rush to be productive, to do more, to prove yourself, starts to lose its grip. You realize that success isn't about running in 100 different directions, constantly reacting to the world. Success is about moving with purpose. It's about creating space to think, to reflect, and to act in ways that are truly aligned with your deepest values and goals. Every decision you make from a place of silence is more intentional, more grounded, and more powerful. You stop chasing after fleeting achievements and start building something solid, something lasting. Silence gives you the foundation to create, not from a place of desperation or fear, but from a place of deep inner peace and clarity. The courage to act comes from this place of silence. It's not the absence of fear that allows you to move forward. It's the presence of clarity. In silence, you realize that fear is not something to run from. It's simply a signal. It's in the moments of stillness that you gain the courage to face your fears, to rise above them, and to take action despite them. The world may try to tell you that success requires constant motion, but the truth is, success is born from stillness. When you embrace silence, you connect with a strength that doesn't rely on external validation or temporary victories. It's a strength that comes from within, unshakable and enduring. Silence teaches you to trust yourself. It teaches you to believe that you already have the power, the wisdom, and the clarity you need to create the life you desire. As you cultivate this inner stillness, you stop being a passive observer of your own life and start becoming the active creator of your destiny. In silence, you realize that your success was never in doubt. It was always within your grasp, waiting for you to reach out and claim it. The power of silence is transformative. In every moment of stillness, you are given the chance to reset, to realign with your deepest values, and to shed the weight of external pressures that hold you back. It is here, in the silence, that you find your true strength, not in the loud voices of society, but in the quiet, steady confidence that arises from within. This is where transformation happens. When you embrace silence, you give yourself permission to let go of the distractions that cloud your judgment and your energy. You stop living for the approval of others and start living for yourself. The world will try to tell you that success requires constant action, relentless movement, and an unyielding pace. But in reality, success is often the result of moments of reflection, of pausing to listen to the quiet whisper of your own heart. It's in the silence that you gain the clarity to take your next step with purpose, not out of desperation, but with confidence and intention. The more you quiet the external world, the more you begin to hear your own inner wisdom, the part of you that already knows the way forward, the part of you that's been waiting to be heard. When you make space for silence, you make space for your true self to emerge. The noise of the world can create confusion, leaving you questioning your choices, your abilities, and your worth. But silence is where your inner truth is revealed. It's where you realize that you are capable of far more than you ever believed, and that the obstacles you once saw as insurmountable are actually stepping stones toward your success. In silence, you find the courage to face your fears head on and to take bold, decisive actions. You stop being a passive participant in your own life and begin to take control. This doesn't mean that silence removes challenges or obstacles. Life will always present hurdles, and fear will always try to keep you from moving forward. But in silence, you discover the strength to confront those fears, to face the unknown with confidence, and to trust in your ability to navigate any storm. When you can silence the noise, you connect with a deeper part of yourself, one that's rooted in purpose, strength, and wisdom. You stop doubting your path and begin to walk it with certainty, knowing that every step is guided by your own inner knowing. The more you practice silence, the more it becomes a powerful tool that you can rely on in times of uncertainty. It allows you to approach every challenge with a clear mind and a calm heart. In those moments of stillness, you begin to see the world as it truly is, not as a place of chaos and confusion, but as a space filled with endless possibilities. You begin to see every setback as an opportunity to learn, grow, and adjust. Silence helps you to stop reacting emotionally to the world and start responding thoughtfully, with purpose and clarity. You realize that the key to success isn't in doing more, it's in being more, being present, being still, being aligned with who you truly are. In silence, you tap into a power that has always been within you, a power that cannot be taken away no matter what the world throws at you. This is where true success begins, not in the noise of constant striving, but in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are, what you want, and the strength to go after it. The beauty of silence is that it allows you to discover what truly matters. The world constantly pulls at you, demanding your attention, your energy, your focus. It can be easy to get lost in the noise, to forget what you're really working for, to lose sight of why you started in the first place. But silence brings you back to your center. It forces you to ask the most important question: what do I truly want? Not what others expect of me, not what society deems as success, but what do I want at the core of my being? When you allow yourself to be still, the answers come. They are not loud or dramatic, but they are deep and true, emerging from a place of clarity and understanding. In silence, you reconnect with your purpose. Purpose is the driving force behind every successful person. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the road gets tough, the reason you wake up every day with determination and passion. But without silence, it's easy to lose touch with your purpose. It gets buried under the weight of external pressures, the distractions, and the noise. In those moments of stillness, though, your purpose rises to the surface. You begin to see clearly what you're meant to achieve and why it matters. And this understanding changes everything. When you know your purpose, you no longer waste time chasing after things that don't align with it. You stop giving energy to things that aren't important. Silence gives you the space to focus, to realign, and to take action that is in harmony with your true desires. When you embrace silence, you stop looking outward for validation. You stop measuring your worth against others and start measuring it against your own standards. You stop seeking approval because you realize that the only approval you need is your own. Silence creates a space for you to evaluate your own values, your own beliefs, and your own actions. You begin to see that the opinions of others are just noise, temporary and fleeting. What truly matters is the alignment between your actions and your values. This is where real confidence comes from. Confidence that isn't dependent on praise or recognition, but rooted in the knowledge that you are living in accordance with your deepest truths. As you continue to embrace silence, you build an unshakable inner strength. You stop doubting yourself at every turn, second-guessing your decisions, and questioning your worth. Silence teaches you to trust yourself. It teaches you that you have everything you need within you to succeed and that you are worthy of the success you desire. In those moments of quiet, you find the strength to make bold decisions, to step into the unknown with courage, and to take risks that once seemed impossible. It is through silence that you build resilience, the kind of resilience that doesn't break under pressure, but grows stronger with every challenge faced. The power of silence is not just about finding peace. It's about transforming your entire approach to life. It shifts your mindset from one of constant striving to one of intentional action. It shifts you from being reactive to being proactive. Silence allows you to step into your full potential, to align with your purpose, and to take the steps necessary to bring your dreams to life. In silence, you become clear on who you are and what you're meant to do. And once you gain that clarity, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving the success you were always meant to claim.
Silence is the space where transformation takes root.
It is where you shed the weight of fear and doubt and begin to realize that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. When you allow yourself to step into silence, you stop running from discomfort and start confronting it. The fear of the unknown no longer holds you hostage. Instead, you learn to embrace it as an opportunity for growth. Every moment of stillness becomes a moment to reflect, to realign, and to take bold steps toward your goals with unwavering confidence. It is in these moments of silence that you uncover your deepest potential, the power within you that has always been there, waiting to emerge. When you quiet the noise, you begin to see life with fresh eyes. You start to recognize that the challenges you face are not obstacles to your success, but stepping stones that will lead you to greater heights. Silence allows you to step back and view the bigger picture, to see beyond the immediate struggles and focus on the long-term vision. It gives you the clarity to distinguish between what matters and what doesn't, and it empowers you to make decisions that are aligned with your purpose. This shift in perspective is transformative. It helps you move from being a passive observer of your circumstances to being an active creator of your destiny. As you deepen your practice of silence, you begin to develop an unshakable sense of inner peace. The world around you may still be loud, chaotic, and unpredictable, but you no longer feel the need to react to every wave that comes your way. Instead, you stand firm, anchored in your purpose and your self-belief. This peace is not a passive state. It is the kind of peace that gives you the strength to face challenges with courage and resilience. It is the peace that allows you to take action from a place of strength, not from fear or uncertainty. In this peace, you discover the ability to move through life with grace, to handle stress with composure, and to pursue your goals with unwavering focus. Silence also gives you the strength to face your own limitations. We all have them. We all have doubts, fears, and insecurities that try to hold us back. But in the stillness, you stop running from them. Instead, you look them in the eye, acknowledge them, and then choose to move forward anyway. You realize that these limitations are not permanent. They are simply challenges to be overcome. In silence, you give yourself the space to confront these barriers and find the strength to break through them. It is through this process of facing your fears that you grow stronger, more capable, and more confident in your ability to create the life you desire. Every time you embrace silence, you grow. You build a deeper connection with yourself, a stronger sense of purpose, and a clearer vision for your future. Silence allows you to unlock the power that lies dormant within you, waiting to be tapped into. It's not in the noise, the chaos, or the distractions that true success is found. Success is born in the quiet moments, in the stillness where you can hear your inner voice, trust your intuition, and take decisive action. When you embrace silence, you unlock your true potential. You step into the life you've always dreamed of, with the courage, strength, and clarity to make it a reality. Silence is not just a break from the world around you, it is a powerful tool that helps you reconnect with the truth of who you are. When you learn to embrace silence, you stop seeking answers in the noise, the distractions, and the busyness of life. Instead, you turn inward, trusting that within you lies everything you need to succeed. The answers, the clarity, the direction, they were always inside of you, waiting for you to create the space to hear them. It is in the quiet moments that you can begin to truly understand your own potential, to tap into that well of strength and wisdom that has always been there. In this silence, you uncover the truth that success is not about external validation. The world may offer its praise and recognition, but these things are fleeting, temporary, and out of your control. True success comes from within, from the satisfaction of knowing that you are living in alignment with your purpose. Silence allows you to look inward and ask yourself the most important question: am I on the right path? Is what I am doing true to who I am? When you ask these questions and sit in silence to listen to the answers, you begin to realize that the only validation you need is your own. The only measure of success that matters is the one that aligns with your heart and your soul. This internal alignment gives you a deep sense of peace. No longer do you need to prove yourself to anyone. The need for external approval fades away as you connect with your own truth. You become free from the opinions of others, free from the expectations that have been placed upon you. This freedom is the foundation of real confidence. Confidence that doesn't come from what others think of you, but from what you think of yourself. Confidence that is built on the quiet understanding that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. As you embrace silence, you also learn to let go of the distractions that keep you from moving forward. The noise of the world can easily cause you to lose sight of your goals, to chase after things that don't serve you, or to waste your energy on things that aren't aligned with your purpose. In silence, you gain the ability to focus. You can see clearly what matters and what doesn't. You begin to realize that not every opportunity is meant for you, and not every path is yours to walk. Silence allows you to filter out the distractions, to make choices that align with your true desires, and to take decisive action that brings you closer to your goals. In the stillness, you find the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. The journey to success is rarely a straight line. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But silence teaches you that these challenges are not roadblocks, they are opportunities for growth. They are lessons that strengthen you, shape you, and prepare you for the success that is waiting for you. When you are anchored in silence, you are anchored in your own strength. You know that no matter what comes your way, you have the resilience and determination to overcome it. The power of silence lies in its ability to strip away everything that is not serving you, to reveal the purest version of yourself. In that space, you find the clarity to take your next step, the courage to face your fears, and the wisdom to make decisions that are aligned with your deepest truth. Silence is the gateway to unlocking your full potential. It is in the quiet moments that you transform, that you become the person who can achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. Silence is the place where true power resides. It is in those quiet moments that you reclaim your strength, your focus, and your direction. The world may try to tell you that success comes from constant action, from keeping up with the noise, from always pushing forward. But silence teaches you that real power is found in the stillness, in the moments where you stop and listen to the wisdom that comes from within. It's in these moments that you tap into the energy you need to make decisions with clarity, to take steps with intention, and to move forward with unshakable confidence. The more you practice silence, the more you realize that it is not a void to be feared, but a space to be embraced. It's in this space that you shed the layers of doubt, insecurity, and confusion that cloud your judgment. It's here that you stop looking for approval from others, stop comparing your journey to someone else's, and begin to trust the process of your own life. Silence allows you to hear the voice inside you that has always known the way, the one that is connected to your deepest truth. The noise of the world can drown this voice out, but when you choose silence, you choose to hear it loud and clear. This inner clarity is where transformation begins. It is through silence that you stop living in reaction to life and start creating your life. You realize that you no longer need to be swept along by the currents of external expectations or societal pressure. You can make decisions that are true to your purpose, that align with your values, and that move you closer to the person you are meant to be. This is when you realize that every moment of silence is not just a break, but an opportunity to recalibrate, to realign, and to get back on track with your vision. It is where you reawaken the power that lies dormant within you and give yourself the chance to create, to build, and to shape the future you desire. In silence, you stop looking outward for validation or answers and start looking inward. The truth is, you already possess everything you need to succeed. You have the wisdom, the strength, and the resilience to overcome any obstacle. What silence allows you to do is recognize this truth. It removes the distractions that keep you from seeing your own greatness. In the stillness, you no longer doubt your worth. You no longer question your abilities. You begin to trust that every step you take is leading you to exactly where you need to be. The power of silence lies in its ability to help you find your center, to reconnect with your deepest desires, and to take action from a place of grounded confidence. It teaches you that success is not a race, nor is it about how much you can do in the shortest amount of time. Success is about alignment. It is about showing up for yourself, standing firm in your values, and taking deliberate action toward your dreams. Silence clears away the noise so that you can hear your true calling. It is the foundation upon which all success is built, because it allows you to move forward with purpose and clarity. As you step into the silence, you realize that you are no longer controlled by the chaos around you. You are in control. You are the one who determines your path. And in that stillness, you find your true power, the power to create the life you have always envisioned, with strength, with focus, and with unwavering confidence. Silence empowers you to reclaim your time, your energy, and your focus. In a world that constantly demands more from you, it's easy to lose yourself in the rush, to be consumed by distractions that pull you in 1,000 different directions. Yet, the key to unlocking your full potential lies in your ability to step away from all of this noise and return to a place of stillness. In those moments of silence, you regain control over your mind, your emotions, and your actions. You stop living reactively, responding to every external demand, and start living intentionally, with purpose and direction. Silence becomes your tool to realign with your true self, your deepest goals, and your most meaningful desires. When you embrace silence, you create the space to reflect on what truly matters. You begin to ask yourself the hard questions. What do I want from my life? What am I willing to sacrifice to make my dreams a reality? In these quiet moments, you no longer seek validation from the outside world, nor do you measure your progress by the expectations of others. You measure your success by how closely your actions align with your own vision for your life. Silence brings clarity. It gives you the chance to step back and look at your journey from a higher perspective, to see how far you've come and where you still need to go. It forces you to confront the truths that you may have been avoiding, and gives you the courage to make the changes necessary to move forward. Silence also teaches you the power of patience. In a society obsessed with immediate results, silence helps you understand that true success takes time. It teaches you that growth is not always visible in the moment. Just like a seed takes time to grow into a strong tree, your efforts will eventually bear fruit, even if you can't see the results right away. Patience in silence is not about waiting passively for success to come to you. It's about trusting the process, knowing that every step you take, every action you make, is bringing you closer to the life you've always wanted. Silence teaches you to have faith in yourself and in the journey, to keep moving forward, even when the path seems unclear. This patience and trust in the process also enable you to be resilient. Life will test you, and challenges will arise, but silence gives you the strength to handle them. When you're not overwhelmed by the chaos around you, you can face adversity with a calm mind and a strong heart. In those moments of stillness, you find your inner power. You discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. You are resilient because you have learned to quiet the external noise, to focus on your own truth, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Through silence, you discover that your true strength lies not in what you do, but in who you become in the process. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter becomes an opportunity for growth. Silence shows you that success is not a destination but a journey of constant evolution. The more you embrace silence, the more you realize that it's not just about achieving your goals. It's about the person you become as you pursue them. And in that transformation, you unlock your greatest potential, the potential to create a life that is truly aligned with your deepest values and desires. Silence is the space where you can hear your own truth, where you can connect deeply with the essence of who you are. In the quiet, you strip away the distractions that cloud your vision and prevent you from seeing the reality of your own potential. You stop relying on external influences to define your worth and instead begin to understand that your value is intrinsic. It doesn't depend on the validation of others or the approval of society. In silence, you come face to face with your own power, the power to choose your path, to shape your life, and to create the future you desire. The noise of the world may try to convince you otherwise, but in the stillness, you reconnect with the truth that you are enough. You always have been. This powerful realization frees you from the shackles of self-doubt and fear. When you are no longer distracted by the opinions and expectations of others, you gain the clarity to make decisions that are aligned with your own vision. You stop second-guessing yourself, and you begin to trust in your ability to move forward, no matter how uncertain the journey may seem. Silence doesn't just bring clarity, it brings the courage to act. In those quiet moments, you discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You begin to understand that the fears you once thought were insurmountable are actually the very things that have been holding you back from stepping into your full potential. As you confront them in silence, you realize that they are not the enemies they once appeared to be. Instead, they are invitations to grow stronger, to push past your limits, and to embrace the challenges that lie ahead. In the stillness, you also discover the importance of being present. The world constantly urges you to look ahead, to worry about the future, to rush toward the next goal. But silence teaches you that real progress is made in the present moment. It's in the here and now that you have the power to take action. The future may seem overwhelming, but in silence you gain the focus to tackle it one step at a time. You stop feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of your dreams because you begin to understand that success is built on the small, consistent actions you take every day. In the stillness, you embrace the present and trust that each moment is enough to move you closer to your vision. As you deepen your practice of silence, you begin to recognize the strength that comes from being in tune with your own thoughts, emotions, and desires. No longer do you look to the outside world for answers. You trust that within you is everything you need to succeed. Silence nurtures this inner wisdom and strengthens your intuition. It helps you become more aware of what truly serves you, what brings you peace, and what fuels your growth. You start to make decisions from a place of confidence and conviction, rather than from a place of fear or insecurity. In silence, you gain the power to align your actions with your deepest desires, to trust in the unfolding of your journey, and to let go of the need for immediate results. Success is no longer measured by external achievements, but by your commitment to growth and self-discovery. The silence becomes a source of strength, a foundation upon which you can build the life you have always envisioned. It is through the quiet that you find your true power, and it is in that power that you unlock the life you were always meant to live. In the silence, you are reminded of your true purpose. All the noise, the clutter of the outside world fades away, and what remains is your deepest desire to live fully and authentically. In this stillness, you rediscover the strength that lies within you, the strength to overcome obstacles, to rise above challenges, and to become the person you are destined to be. The noise of doubt, fear, and uncertainty starts to dissolve, and you're left with the simple truth that you are capable. This truth is not based on your past, your mistakes, or your shortcomings. It's rooted in the deep, unshakable belief that you can create a life that reflects your highest potential. The more you embrace silence, the more you realize that the path to greatness is not about rushing forward, constantly pushing for more, but about understanding yourself on a deeper level. It's about taking the time to check in with yourself, to evaluate your thoughts, and to recalibrate when needed. Silence offers you the space to step back, to reflect on your progress, and to adjust your course. In this space, you stop focusing solely on what's next, and instead you begin to appreciate the journey you are on. This shift in perspective allows you to move forward with more intention, more clarity, and more purpose. You stop chasing distractions and start moving in alignment with your true desires. In the quiet, you understand that success is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being. It's not about what you can accumulate or achieve. It's about who you become in the process. As you cultivate silence, you cultivate your own inner strength, wisdom, and peace. You realize that success doesn't come from external validation, but from knowing that you are on the right path, walking with conviction, no matter what others think or say. The power to create the life you want has always been within you. Silence helps you tap into it. As you spend more time in silence, you gain a deeper understanding of your emotions. You stop letting fear dictate your decisions, and instead you respond from a place of calm certainty. When you face obstacles or uncertainty, you no longer allow yourself to be consumed by stress or anxiety. You stand firm, knowing that you have the resilience and strength to navigate any challenge. Silence equips you with the clarity to see the bigger picture and the wisdom to trust that every setback is an opportunity for growth. The more you embrace silence, the more you realize that it is the key to unlocking your true potential. It clears away the distractions that keep you from seeing the fullness of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. In silence, you are not just reacting to life, you are actively shaping it. You are moving through life with a sense of purpose, guided by your inner voice and the clarity that silence provides. The outside world can be loud, but in the quiet you find your true strength, your true power, and your true path forward.